Hey y'all, thanks for stopping by the Hippie Chick Homestead today. I've got some work to do in the garden. We had a couple of days of rain and I didn't get out here for a few days, and I noticed that things have just kind of gone crazy. I've got some mending to do, need to prop up some tomato vines that broke, had some sunflowers that broke. I'm not too worried about those. So just doing some general upkeep, and then I had hoped to plant some fall crops. I've got a couple of blank spaces where I can put in things like spinach and radishes, those sorts of things, and harvest what we missed over the last couple of days. So I'll take you along for the ride. You can see what's happening here at the Hippie Chick Homestead. Looks like I've got a Persian cucumber ready to pick. That's just about the right size. They get to about 5 or 6 inches and they're perfect for picking and slicing. Speaking of harvesting, you can see that the sun gold tomatoes have just kind of gone a little bit crazy. So these will get harvested. I also picked some cucumbers this morning. So I'm thinking it might be time for a little cucumber salad with some sun golds, some cucumbers, and maybe some feta cheese. I usually trim my tomatoes to one main stem. I didn't on this one. And you can see that it's kind of torn away and is dragging. So I brought out some string and I'll get it trellised up. It's still got some tomatoes on it and it's still setting fruit, so I don't want to lose those. These are mortgage lifter tomatoes. Look at the size of these things. They just get huge. They are so good. So I'm anxious to get those propped up and so they can keep growing and setting fruit for me. I picked my first eggplant today. I don't know if you guys can see it, but these things have thorns aplenty. You want to be careful when you reach in to pick those, because those thorns will definitely poke you and they hurt. So first one, I'm thinking some eggplant parmesans coming up. I don't know how well you can see them, but we've got some more eggplant coming on. Let me see if I can get them in there so you can actually see. And I've got more flowers. So these will still produce a little bit. Green beans and more green beans. This was my second planting of this whole bed, which is a 3 by 6 foot bed. And they have just kind of taken off. I'm gonna have to get out here and harvest some green beans and do some canning, which means I have to find the pressure canner, which is up on a top shelf in the back of the pantry. So I'm gonna have to pull it out, but I think it's time. Get some green beans in the pantry for winter. This bed is a mixed bag. I've got some paprika peppers in here that haven't turned red yet. And then about my third planting of green beans, and I noticed that they are getting ready to pick. So I'll get that done today. I have picked so many green beans this year. And then this tomato is starting to set fruit. Not a lot. This was kind of a I'll just stick it in here because I don't have anywhere else to put it, and it's doing okay. So we'll come out and get some things picked. Can y'all see this little sparrow? He's picking seeds out of the sunflower. He's been kind of flying with me as I walk through the garden. I almost said walking with me. Well, we know sparrows don't walk, they fly. He's been accompanying me as I go through the garden. Lost him now. There he is. He's back again, getting a few more seeds, having a little bit of a lunch. So I've always heard it's a good idea to plant nasturtium. They draw in a lot of beneficial insects, and they also protect against things like squash bugs and other kinds of pests. So I didn't plant these this year. These were a holdover. They just kind of self-seeded. I'll walk around here so you can get the full impact. These things have just gone crazy. And I contrast those with a variety called cherry rose that I'll show you. This is the cherry rose nasturtium. They stay really compact and they're a beautiful color flower. So I think in the future, I'm going to try and find varieties that stay a little bit more compact instead of take over the entire bed. Notice I've got some paprika peppers that are turning colors and getting ready for picking. This one's hard to see, it's in the shadow. It's kind of turned from green to sort of a brown color, and it'll turn more red right before I harvest it. The rest of the peppers are doing great. These are golden star peppers. They're a bell pepper, and they will turn kind of a golden color. I noticed this one is starting to turn colors on the end. I'm hoping they don't sun scald. We're expecting temperatures in the 90s in the next couple of days. So I may put some shade cloth over them. These are jalapenos, and they're ready for picking. Speaking of green beans, these were some that I stuck in front of the tomatoes in the bed that has mortgage lifter tomatoes. And I just looked down, and obviously these are ready to pick. I think I'm going to be swimming in green beans pretty soon. That's okay, we eat a lot of them over the winter. Kind of forgot about these, to be honest. Sweet potatoes like the rain, and they're doing really well. I haven't felt down in the soil to see what kind of sweet potatoes are forming, but I'm sure there's some down there. And then in front of those, I have my russet potatoes in these 18-gallon buckets, and those are doing great. They've been in there about 60, maybe it's 65 days. So they're still a good month away from harvest, but they're certainly growing well. If I swing around, you can see the San Marzano tomatoes. So pretty much today at the Hippie Chick Homestead, we're harvesting green beans aplenty. A few other things here and there, some tomatoes so they don't split. And we're getting things fixed and trellised that broke free in the rain. Hopefully get some fall crops planted. I don't know how much. I don't have a lot of room, and I don't usually do a fall crop, but kind of seems like a waste to not put something in the soil here. So we'll see what we come up with. I hope you're having a great day where you are. If you like this kind of content, please hit the like and subscribe button. It helps my channel grow, and I really appreciate the support. Take care, y'all.